So how did your past 2 days go, everyone? If you were following rap, or especially the mixtape scene a bit, you probably knew about the D12 Devil's Night mixtape. And this was a very slick move. I'm glad that they did it. And, really this is something to get excited about in a lot of ways. The reason why is because it's like a brand new bunch of D12 songs, which if you watched my Return of the Dozen review, my complaint was it was only like 6 or 7 songs that were good on there. So, I mean, it was worthwhile, but there just weren't enough original songs. This time, every song is original. Most of the D12 members are on there, and it sounds really relevant. They even have guests, which is something their 2 studio albums did not do very often. They didn't really collaborate with people outside of Detroit, and it's good to see that, in this vein, in the house of Eminem, the type of people that he's usually associated with, these guys are as well. So when you think of Bizarre, if you've seen some of his albums, it's basically like, take a drink. It's basically like a secret Shady Records album because he's a similar format to Slim Shady. It's the same thing with Swift and Kaniva. Both of these guys, when they collaborate with some of these cats, it sounds like something you would hear. So if you've heard everything that Eminem has done, these guys are basically the next step of what you need to check out. And also what they do is their associates, Crooked Eye, King Gordy, Royce the 5'9". These are a few guys that you need to go to after that. Now, really, this mixtape is a real scare, and that's really good. Most of the production, almost all the production is handled excellently. There's someone that I'm reviewing a Bizarre mixtape as well, and he's on here. His name is Super, so there's just some real great stuff. It's pretty excessive. I mean, that's the one thing. It may take a little bit to figure out what songs are the best, but that's what I'm here for. So, can you smoke to this? The answer is a resounding yes, you can. Lit, Blackout, Run, Evil World, Legend, The Set Off, Raw as It Gets. These are all some great ones to smoke to. The production it doesn't have the immediate songs like Ain't Nothing But Music or Devil's Night or Blow My Buzz, but it does actually have some great stuff on here. And most people aren't going to think, well, it's good for mixtape and not for albums. I do feel like this is pretty much a album from D12. I just wish it had a different name. They should have called it like Devil's Night, The Exorcism, or something. Just something else to add to it. But, Evil World is a good one. Just the ones I mentioned that you could smoke to are the ones with the best beats. The only beats I didn't really like were Stay High and Build With You. So, out of 14, that's really good. So, now let's talk about the unheard songs. So, I liked 8 out of 14, and then there were 3 almost songs which I'm working on. So, The Set Off, Legend, Evil World, Raw as It Gets, Lit, 100, Blackout, I'm killing it. Now, to keep things interesting, there are guests on here, like I said. Young Buck, G Unit's on here. Those are some other ones. We've got a bunch of cats on here that work. So, some of these songs are short, but you're going to hear usually at least 2 D12 members. The emphasis, the point is that these guys have taken 4.5 years off. We did need something from them, so there's really no time to waste. But I want to talk about Raw as It Gets and Legend in the set off. So those are some of the ones that I think are the best ones on here. It's just a matter of, I've eliminated most of them, but, go for the songs with the guests and then go for the songs that I chose for you, and you'll probably have an immediate good time. I mean, for the most part, this entire project is good, so it really shouldn't be a horrid time trying to sift through this and figure out what you want, because it's just so good. Every song just about is worth checking out. So because I liked 11 out of 14, I'm going to give this album a 10. I know I'm pretty certain that I'll end up liking the Almost songs, and if I don't, just give it like a 9. It's 8 out of 14. Well, if I don't like the Almost songs, it's an 8.5, but if I do, it's a 10. So the future, this is brand new, so be sure to look for it. They say that they're going to drop an album, but don't hold your breath. People. It's one thing that the music industry knows how to do is, sell you dreams. The social score, due to the guests that are on here and the fact that it's kept lively, energetic, and grim this whole time, I'd say that this is about like a 10 social as well. It's got stuff on here. The only weakness really is just that Eminem is not on here, but I don't really care. It's not gonna make it any weaker. This would be an added bonus. So 10 social, 10 score. Do I think it can be topped? Well, you need to go out and get the other albums if this isn't enough for you, but this is 2015, and this should last well into 2016. So I give this album a 10, 10 social. Subscribe for more fun.